Welcome to the Battle of Fort Stevens, my friends. That's right, we've had to go behind enemy lines in an effort to bring the fight to the British and capture a fort which may have a significant amount of resources within it. So as you can see, the British are coming up. They don't seem to be too afraid in the slightest of us. We're going to take that to our advantage and try and really hurt them because they have had so many troops, guys, reinforcing their lines that it's made things quite difficult for our entire army. So I am going to try to take a risk here and take advantage in this battle against the British. Oh, I don't like that they're getting this close. All right, start firing. I'm going to get our men into position quickly, and I'm going to start hitting them quickly for damage. Again, the goal here is to get them to retreat from the fort, ideally. A bit of a last of the Mohican situation, if you want to look at it that way. And again, I'm going for that flanking maneuver. I want to trap these units. I want to hit them from all sides with fire and overwhelm them, of course. Let's get good old Bryce over here. Again, I said I was going to go for that Nathaniel Green sort of approach of just, ambushing the enemy and attacking them where they don't expect. And that's what we're doing here, guys. They've taken a lot of our territory. So what we need to do is, of course, take some back, particularly one of these forts, to turn it into an actual stronghold against British rule. And here we go. I think those militia will make a huge difference. I'm going to put them over here. Oh my goodness. All right, didn't realize we had damn Germans firing at us. Let's hit them first. And I'm going to take this unit. Push on through with him as well. And we will begin engaging these units that are already damaged. I'm going to do the same over here with the militia. We'll have one of them chase off the Germans. I'm fine with him taking a little additional damage, but the goal is to break this initial line of British troops. Once we do that, I believe the fort will be ours for the taking. At least that's what I'm hoping for. And I think we might go for a charge here very soon. If he wasn't going to break, I was going to go for a charge right there. I think what we'll do is we'll advance instantly with these guys. Go ahead and try and close the enemy in here. I can already see some more British running over here from the fort. Could this be a victory, guys, for the Continental Army? I certainly hope so. And I'd love to go straight for the charge, but I think we really need to weaken the foe. So I'm continuing to fire. Now I'm going to take the artillery, guys, and I'm actually going to start targeting the fort itself right there. I want Bryce to take his first fort. This would be a huge win for our army, of course. We still need to get a place close to the ocean, though. We've lost our port, and of course, that's never a good thing. So I'm going to go ahead, take my guys, and begin advancing. Do the same over here. I want to make sure that we focus fire on the enemy here, again, and trap him from multiple angles, and just completely remove that unit. Plenty of dead Brits out here already. But we need to get a full volley from each of our units. There we go. I'm going to take these two guys. He's already about to break, which is not good. But I need to get in that fort, man. I need to get over. There we go. We've routed one of them. And that's it, guys. I am pushing in. Victory will be ours today. Again, I'll keep all these other units on those Germans, but we've already shot down a bunch of them, man. I think our guys are doing just fine against them. We've got some additional units over here, some additional militia, and I'm going to just grab these guys and go straight in. Right in for the charge. Charge! Right over the top, guys. This is actually reminding me of the charge in Glory. I'm hoping it doesn't end that way for us, because that would end in a defeat. But nonetheless, like, look at this, man. We are getting over those walls. For the revolution. And we want to go ahead, take this location. There we go. A massive charge, man. I want Bryce right there for the win. Let's go for the win. Come on. There we go. Our men are over the parapets. See plenty of British flags, guys. Retreating in terror. That's what I like to see. Want to make sure we keep some of our guys, of course, focused on the enemy here. But you know what? We need to focus on the guys in here right now. Get in there, boys. Might as well move that artillery piece up. It's not doing much good back here. And there we go, guys. Can't get much closer to the enemy. Definitely seeing a lot of routing, especially amongst their cannons. And, man, I want to steal those cannons from them. But what I want to do is get one of these units, maybe this 111, and just get right there on the wall. Same with this 96. Get right there on the wall. Take command of this fort. There's definitely resources in here which we can use. And there we go, guys. That is a victory. I'm going to let the battle play out a bit because I actually want to see the enemy, a few more of the enemy drop. We need to kill as many of the British as possible, and that was definitely a wonderful victory, but we need even better victories, of course. I think we actually got some of the units to surrender, too. So we're going to be taking prisoners as well. But as you can see, while we can still fire some shots, I'm going to let the men do that. Let General Bryce recover from such an awesome fight. I'm not sure also that this is the greatest location to actually build up an army from. So we'll have to wait and see. But let's get back to the global map there. 750 of the enemy. Finally, their casualties outweigh ours. We essentially completely mopped up that fort. And we may have entirely taken that army out. We'll have to wait and see on the campaign map. But I don't want to hang out around here for long. I want to get additional forces, reinforcements, really. And I want to get the hell out of here. First, we got to capture the actual fort itself. There's another group of enemies arriving, and I will fight that battle too, man. I'm not afraid. I want to stop the enemy before they become a problem. So I am going to defend. Again, very dangerous fight here, I think. But I will go for it. 682. I'm hoping that they will just retreat. In fact, I'm going to kind of just hope that's what happens. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Oh, nope, don't like that. We're going to have to retake the fort once again. That's okay, though. I'm game. Let's do it. And then at that point, once we take it, we need to just hold it and not allow the enemy to retake it. But we need to reinforce our men at the same time. It's a tough challenge, man. So we're just going to go ahead, push on forward once again. If we can bleed the enemy army dry, then I'll be happy. Going to be hard to load our muskets in this rain, but it's not going to make a difference because our goal right now is to charge and capture the enemy forces. Definitely want to take that damn cannon from them. so tempted just to go for the instant charge, but I don't want to do that. I'm going to get our artillery into place there and get Bryce right up close and personal with the enemy. Give him a volley, boys. And I'll move right on through with the rest of the men. They will be approaching as these men are finishing off that last group. And in fact, I'm going to take these guys, go right in there. We simply don't want this to turn into a protracted fight. We want to try and take the enemy down as quickly as possible. And as much as I hate the charge feature, it's so cheap, it works just as well for us as it does for the enemy. So I am definitely going for the charge feature here to overwhelm the enemy forces. And again, taking that cannon would be an added bonus. Some more artillery would be great for the Continental Army we've got going here. Open the walls, boys! And like that they did manage to rout one of our units. Gonna try and get over that and continue the charge, of course, in earnest. I'd like to just see the enemy retreat right here. And hopefully stay away from the fort for a while. Again, we need some time to regroup our men, you know, recruit additional forces, and just kind of relax for, you know, a few days, if possible. Does look like we are taking it, but nonetheless, hell of a fight, man. Went ahead and captured the cannons. But I want to continue that charge. The men are tired. Doesn't make a difference. It must continue. And I'm pretty sure the enemy is, like, really close to breaking there. We are, they are routing now. And I'm going to do exactly what I did before. Again, I'm going for kills here, if possible. Kill as many of the enemy as we can. And maybe even capture some of them. That guy is still suffering, and he has shattered. Monton Ferris. That's why I wanted to continue that, just to make sure we take out as many of the British as possible, of course. There's no other way to play the game. And there we go, 407 to 445. Still a lot of losses on our side. But if we can keep them away for a little bit, man, while we capture this, that's going to help us out big time. I'm even tempted to maybe leave one unit behind, send the rest back home, you know, to reform. I'm not sure. See, Hartford could be taken any second now. So for now, we're going to have to hold Fort Stevens. All right, we've taken it. However, doesn't look like we're going to be able to hold it for long. Let's pause. I feel like we have no choice. We've got to get back to Hartford. I know it sucks, but there's really no other approach. You could see that massive British army over there. And I'm thinking the best thing to do right now is get back to a city that is truly, you know, loyal to us. Of course, moving through the damn state is not going to be easy, but we got to get through. So I'm going straight back to Hartford. This is, you know, a major retreat, but one that I think is necessary if we want to get a victory. So let's get everybody back. Bryce, the rest of them. Over here at Hartford, we could even start recruiting some additional units, but I think right now the main focus should be to recruit units for our existing army, and of course defend Hartford from any sort of attack. We've got to head out east. I'm hoping Fort Stevens will remain under our control. It's always helpful, but we really need to broaden our attacks here, and I'm thinking one way of doing that is actually we want to get some additional guns. The Brown Besses are great, so I'm going to buy all of those. And just make sure that our men are fully equipped, fully kitted. But let's get this army some assistance. They're in desperate need of food. They'll be very happy to get to Hartford. Come on, lads. All right, let's get Wilcox in there. Straight into the city. He'll be able to get some food in the city. Same with Dearborn. Dearborn is in a bad way. Latrosse also needs to get into Hartford. In fact, I think we should just send all of our men in. Redcoats performed a raid on Chelsea Creek. That is unfortunate. Not much we can do about it right now, though. We need to get this army back up to snuff. And I'm hoping that the people here will make that happen. So let's just make sure that they have some time to rest at Hartford. As you can see, they are recruiting additional men. But of course, it's always nice to have some additional guns in there and additional kinds of units. So let's do some Fusiliers with some Brown Besses. There we go. All right, I'm going to apply that. It's going to cost us a little bit, but I think it'll be worth it overall. Do the same with this unit over here. More Brown Besses. And again, it's just the start of a Monday. But we want to make sure that every single one of those units is taken care of. Not enough muskets. Again, gotta purchase some additional muskets, and it's going to be Brown Besses for sure. So let's get some Brown Besses right there. If there are any to buy. There's only 8 at the market. But I think I can buy some short Brown Besses to make sure we're not going over. These are going to perform a lot better than our existing rifles. So I want to keep that in mind as well. And not enough muskets. It's not an issue of not enough cannons. Although, wouldn't mind getting some of those too. Got a few in storage. So let's just get some standard civilian muskets, guys. A lot of money to spend on muskets, but I think it'll be enough. If not, let's get some additional short Brown Besses. And I'll even get some civilian muskets, or excuse me, some Charleville muskets. Again, we might not be able to get all of the muskets that this unit wants, but I'm hoping we're going to be able to get sufficient amount to put up a good fight against the Brits. It's that simple. As you can see, we've got plenty of people here, but we don't have quite that many recruits. We need those muskets to form more companies once again. But I'm just letting that unit at Hartford build. And look at that, guys. The map has opened up now. This is kind of what we were looking for. We've got a large force, Turnen coming in. And we want to try and save Hatfield, Albany, Kingston, all these small areas, New Haven, Connecticut, that are loyal to us, that have just turned loyal to us. So I'm kind of tempted to go ahead and perhaps engage. So I'm going to send a few of these armies out. Not all of them, of course, but the ones that look to be in okay shape. And perhaps stop the enemy from doing anything hasty over here. Hold on, Turnen. Don't you dare go for Hatfield. All right, guys, capturing Ticonderoga in the Battle of Fort Ticonderoga is a really well-known fight. That's going to be our goal right now. It does look like Tiernan is running away, so perhaps he has gotten wise, and he knows that it's not worth attacking here. I sure hope so. I'm going to send in an additional unit here. And I like now that we actually have quite a few additional forces. It's going to give us, some time to actually come back here and put up a fight. So I love it. Damn it. I want that force at New Haven to join us. And I think our next attack is going to be once again at Leicester. Of course, the enemy took back Fort Stevens, but I like that we gave them a run for their money there by attacking Fort Stevens. And I'm hoping that going forward here, we could start retaking Providence, Newport, these areas. I'm just glad to have another coastal city. I know it's not technically a coastal city, but Hartford, Connecticut is on the river, and that makes things a lot easier for us in terms of supply, in terms of getting additional forces, additional recruits, and we're going to have quite a lot of men willing to prove themselves here going forward in the campaign.